because they're double enders, and they can be, in my brain, I'm thinking Tiana, and I'm thinking cave, but it doesn't have to be that way. I've seen some photographs and things like that of these type of boats that look very roomy inside. So we're going to go take a look before we say no to that. But just for the sake of this video, and for the sake of those of you that are watching, and you're kind of wondering, well, where are you? I'd say we like the Catalina, and we like the Beneteau, and these are not heavy displacement boats. They're fin keel, spade rudder. So these are considerations that we'll have to take to the next level when we start considering structural aspects. But right now, as far as the volume, the space, the layout, we like those two boats. I think that Jean hasn't seen a Morgan yet. I've been on 2 or 3 with my oldest daughter, but I think that once we go take a look at one of those, that Jean will probably like those two, and that we can add those to our list. So the list is starting to grow, but obviously, and we've obviously ruled some out, right? I mean, you want to tell them about the Tiana?
Well, it looks beautiful on the outside. You liked it.
Yeah, the classic lines.
It was old, it was classic, and I think it looked beautiful too. But as soon as I got in there, I just said to Mark, well, I didn't say in there because the woman was in there with us.
The broker
I said it later because I was smiling the whole time, of course. But then I said, I can't live in that thing. Mm-hmm. It was very narrow. The wood was all dark. The upholstery was dark green. It was so dark and so narrow that I felt like I was in, a little shack, that was going to have spider webs and thing. I just felt so uncomfortable. And it just wasn't right for me. It was a pretty boat on the outside, and I'm sure we could have done things to brighten it up and change it, but I couldn't even see the dog being able to walk past us if we're standing there in the salon. I just I knew right away. And of course the woman says to me, "Do you like it?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I do." Mm-hmm. I don't know why I do that.
Trying to be nice.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, then I got a earful afterwards.
I'm a bad liar.
Yeah. But it was kind of narrow. I think it was an 11-foot beam, and there are probably people out there right now that are watching this saying 11 feet. And you think that's narrow? Well, for us, it is narrow.
It seemed that way. It was so dark and gloomy, and
remember, she had just come off a brand new 2015
bright white
Beneteau, 42-foot Beneteau, 15-foot beam. So
I still wouldn't have liked it though. You came off something else.
Well, she had just come off that Beneteau, so it's going on to that.
It's like looking at homes, I think, if you're looking for a house.
Yeah.
It's the same way. You're in one and you say, no, this is definitely not going to work. Yeah. And then you're in another one. It may not even be any bigger, but there's something about it you just feel better about.
Well, we've actually seen that happen. We've been on Catalina, and we've gone from one Catalina to another Catalina, and the difference in the length was not a foot. Maybe a foot in length, but the layout was totally different, and it made you feel completely different about the boat, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's something about it, and the way the galley's configured, and then it's open to the salon. It's just a brightness about it. And that's all emotional, but that's a lot of it is emotion. That's what life is.
You're going to be living on the boat.
And then as long as it sails right, and then your department is the navigation and the mechanics and what else?
No, your department's the weather.
Did you tell them you're a retired naval officer?
Yeah, they know.
So I am very confident in Mark as far as.
Jean's a soon-to-be retired naval officer. She's a
I have to
meteorologist.
In defense of myself, you wonder why I'm scared of sailing out in the seas.
She doesn't go see much.
That's true, but being a meteorology and oceanography officer,
expert,
you learn all about the ocean. And
the dynamics,
what it can do, and what we're supposed to tell the ships, and you learn all about certain kinds of waves and the dynamics. You learn about weather patterns. I don't even like to fly in a commercial airline because I know about how
meteorology.
You know so much about something that it can scare you because you know too much, I think. Yeah. So I'd have to just get out on the ocean and say, okay.
But she's willing.
This sailboat is so much smaller than a big Navy ship, and I've been on a big ship, but. Yeah, I just have to develop that confidence and...
All right, but tell them that you're willing, because they don't believe you.
I am willing. No, I am. I told Mark I'd give him...
a year.
I said 2 years, actually.
Oh, 2 years. Yeah.
I said I'm willing,
Cheers.
Because it is, in a way, it's exciting to me. It's a different thing that most people, run-of-the-mill people that you talk to, don't do. And so it's an adventure and it's exciting and I'm willing to push my bounds. I probably wouldn't do it if it weren't for Mark, but I want to give him his dream and I want to see what the adventure is all about. And I may love it so much that I'll never want to leave it. But I'm excited about at least doing it for a while and looking at these boats. It's kind of fun.